Good morning, everyone.
Morning. Morning, Chelsea.
Morning, Sandy.
Sure missed you yesterday.
I missed you too.
Oh, and it was such a lovely snow day yesterday.
Oh, well, yeah, it was.
Oh, my goodness. And I'm a lucky little girl because I had a chauffeur to drive me into this morning.
Nice.
But that scraping last night when I got out to the car was, all right, 6 more months of this. No. Anyways, good to see everyone, and I hope that we're on time this morning. I have to apologize, I was not on time yesterday. We got a little busy out front, and I looked up and went, oh my heavens, and raced off to do Facebook. So anyways, here we are on a Twisted Tuesday at my sewing room. And I want to thank you for joining us on either Facebook or YouTube. And I have some special spooky shout outs today.
Spooky, I like it.
So shout out to Glenda, Mike, and Peanut. To Ruth C. Hi, Ruth. To Sandy A. I wonder if she's still nice and warm somewhere and not facing
That would be
this.
nice.
That would be great. A shout out to E&M, our beautiful Judy V.O. And we are getting that serger book for you. To Chris L., Anna L., and Michelle G. So spooky mornings. Good morning, Glenda. Yes, here we are in Calgary on a spooky day. Oh, a snowy day, if nothing else.
It's a little spooky today, yeah.
It is a little spooky today. Yeah. All right, so Chelsea and I are going to work on something called the Meow-Gical Night Quilt Kit.
Sure are.
A couple weeks ago, Chelsea had them on sale. So if anybody purchased one of our Halloween kits, and we had like 4 of them, right? Spooky Vibes, Scaredy Cats, and Fright Night. And of course, the Meow-Gical Night, you got them on a discount, which is lovely. So, and we let everybody know at that time that we were doing a little sew along. So here we are. We're going to sew along, and we're going to do the Meow-Gical Night Quilt Kit.
It's so cute.
It is cute, and it's all about cats, isn't it? So what do you call a cat that bowls?
Oh, I don't know.
An alley cat.
Oh, that's
no.
good.
There we are.
I like
All
it.
right, so let's have a little look at that kit and see what comes in the kit.
Cute little picture, so you know what it's going to look like.
I love that picture because that's what I used in order to figure out what fabric went where. So that is beautiful. So that picture is what we're going to make today.
An adorable panel.
Yeah, here comes our adorable panel with the cute cat on it. Oh, that says Happy Halloween. I can't wait. This is so cute.
Look at the kitty.
Oh, I love it. Okay, so that's our panel. Now, according to the directions, I measured this. So our length of the panel, once I took the little salvage edge off, was just the right length for this pattern.
Nice.
So I do not have to put any corrective, what did she call it in her pattern?
Measures?
Correcting lines or something. Anyways, I don't have to add anything to the top or bottom of this quilt. When I measured the width, it was out by, for what she said, maybe 1/4 to 1/2 inch. And I thought, you know what? It's okay if the width is slightly smaller because
we can make that work.
We can make that work. And if you really need it to be exactly what she says in the pattern, we can add a little black strip onto either side to make it exactly. But I thought we're going to put borders and borders and borders and borders.
And we know how we like to do borders.
We do. So we're going to be doing some borders for you, but
right.
not right at this moment.
So that's our cute panel.
Love the cute panel. Then we got some black fabric. And so according to the picture, this is going to be border number 1. And if I can figure it out, it goes down the side and across the bottom and up again. And then it also puts in one on the side. Yeah. So I think what we'll do when we do it is we'll cut this one, and put it around. So we have these ones around, and then we'll top them.
I think that's a great
I think
plan.
that's a plan. So
Okay.
that's the black. He's going to be our first set of borders. Now these lovely pictures are pictures. Yes, pictures. The very lovely fabrics are going to be our half square triangles. So guess what we get to make today?
Half square triangles. I love half square
those.
triangles.
And then this is our last border print. It is the outside one. And I know that Dawn has provided enough of all of these fabrics. And even with our width being a little bit different, we're going to have enough of this. It was the length that we needed to make sure we had just the right amount for. All right, beautiful. All right, Miss Chelsea. So, and of course, there is punch up your panel, which is the instructions, and we're going to do the one on the very back side. However, this pattern has enough fabric to do the other two variations if you want to. But we're doing half square triangles. You got it, baby. Half square triangles. All right, so that's everything that came in the kit. So, and as I said, I looked at the panel, I got out my measuring tape, I measured it, and realized that I could trim the selvages off the top and bottom, and it was just the right length.
Our cat has no face.
Yeah, our cat has a wrinkly, there
There
it
we
is,
go.
yeah. So it worked out just right, and as I say, there's in her instructions, she calls them, I think, correction lines or something. It's right at the top of that second page. Correct, coping. Oh, she called them coping strips. So this is how you cope with a panel that is not exactly the length that the width that, or length that she gives you. Ours was the right length. So I don't care about width. If I'm short a quarter inch, that's not going to be a big deal. But you could put coping strips in. Coping strips. Anyways, so that's our panel. All right, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to make those half square triangles today.
Sounds
How's
great,
that?
Sandy.
That sounds beautiful. So tomorrow we are going to be working on borders because we're good at that, aren't we, Chelsea?
Ah, I love borders.
I actually had one of our customers come in and tell us that she goes back and refers to our border video all the time. So I can't remember what day that was, but we did a border one. And Chelsea showed us the correct way to put on a border. So we will be doing that again.
I can't remember what day that was either, Sandy.
I can't remember either. However, we did it.
All
All right.
Do you know how big we got these, Sandy?
Yes, I did. And you know what? I went ahead and because I wanted to get ahead of the game, I kind of made some half square triangles.
Nice.
So my pieces are cut according to what the lady said in her instructions.
they're the right height?
They are the right height.
So I just need to turn them into a square.
That's right.
All right.
So, yeah. And what we do is we cut that strip off the gray, a strip off the orange, and then we're going to make half square triangles out of them. And she says to cut 4 of each of these, 4 gray and 4 orange. One we can refer to as light, one we can refer to as dark. It doesn't really matter which one you label, but we make 4 of these big squares. Is that fun? Yeah,
That's super fun. I'm getting a little close
A little
to my
close
mat.
to the edge. Okay. And then poor Chelsea's using my rotary cutter, so it's going in the wrong direction.
You know, it's a good way for a Monday of a Tuesday, you know?
Yeah,
I like it.
yeah, she's having a Monday on a Tuesday, so there we go.
It just makes me, get back into the rhythm of it.
Yeah. Breaking her in hard this morning. Okay. All right, so there's our 2 squares, and you will have 4 of each, and you're going to make half square triangles out of them. So she says, please turn them and mark on the light one, whichever one you want to mark as light. Mark it.
That might be better.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I went with the gray, especially when I picked the pink marking pencil, the clover pink chalk pen, and you mark the diagonal. Is this fun or what? I like how she does that. Starts at the center and moves outward. That way you don't wrinkle the fabric moving from the end inward. There it is, a beautiful, nice mark on the diagonal. Now we're going to put the right sides together and then pin it. And you know, Chelsea's really good at pinning.
I do love to pin.
Okay, so while she's pinning, I'm going to tell you another joke. Did you hear about the cat that swallowed a ball of yarn?
No, Sandy, I didn't.
She had mittens.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, they get worse. Wait till tomorrow.
I'm so excited.
All right. So,
Nothing makes me happier than Sandy's jokes.
Yeah.
I missed him yesterday.
all right. Well, I
right.
missed you yesterday too.
So Sandy's all set to sew.
And I'm going to sew on the 1/4 inch on either side of the pink line.
You sure are.
Yeah, if I can get my needle threaded here on my Bernina 735. Okay, so maybe I don't have it quite in the right spot, so let's give it a jiggle up and a jiggle down and make sure it's in that correct spot. Okay, Chelsea, why is it not working? There it goes. Perfect.
Nailed it.
Nailed it. Okay. Oh, and then I pulled it out. All right.
It's still in there.
It's going to be one of those days, I say to you.
You just gotta pull it out of here. Hold on.
Oh, that's where it is. Okay. I was thinking, oh my God, now I've undone it.
There you go.
Okay. Perfect.
I was in the right spot to see it.
So you see how I said that? Perfect. We are kind of given catitude today.
Oh, Sandy.
We're bad. Okay, so I've got the Bernina B735 today, and I don't have my 1/4 inch piece on. Do we have a 1/4 inch piecing foot by any chance?
I could go get one.
Okay,
I was thinking about it.
all right. Do we have one kicking around? Because, this is, hang on a second. If I run, okay, this is the magic moment when I'm trying to figure out and I don't have the right foot on. I have the number 1 instead of the piecing foot. So Chelsea's going to go find me a number 1 piecing foot, or I guess it isn't a number 1. I'm taking the number 1 off. I'm looking for my 37, which is my 1/4 inch piecing foot. And while I'm doing that, I'm going to tell you another joke while she's running around trying to get me a foot. I'm sorry, I wasn't quite prepared. I remembered the machine and I remembered everything else, just didn't remember the foot. All right, you guys, tell me, what's smarter than a talking cat? How about a spelling bee? I know, my jokes get worse and worse. All right, while we're doing that, I just want to remind you that during this week, if you have a desire to come in and see us, we do have our social sewing going on in the back. You can come in, it's $10. It starts at 10:30 a.m. in the morning, goes till 4:30 at night, and you're very, very welcome to come later or whatever. Like, you don't have to be right here at 10:30, but it's all good. And that's happening October 22nd to the 26th. I know for sure we have company coming tomorrow, so I will be very happy. Oh, she found me a foot. She's a dolly face. No, she didn't. Okay. We have a whole collection of wonderful little feet. Ah, she found me one. Thank you for holding with me until we get that 1/4 inch foot on. There it is. Look at that beauty. Thank you, Chelsea. All right, so let's get busy. So we are going to sew on either side of that pink line. There we go. I saw it come down. We are ready to sew. And we're just going to step on our gas. And nothing's happening.
Set your foot in the screen.
Okay, is my foot not in the screen?
Set to a 1 still.
Oh, 1. That's okay. 1 is good.
Okay.
Okay, we're good. All right, here we go. We are stitching, straight stitching. We're doing a 1/4 inch on either side of our little pink line. And we're not going very fast because I forgot to turn up the speed. There we go. Look at us rip. Isn't that wonderful? Now, I'm just motoring. I haven't got a leader or an ender on this. I'm just sewing right away. But I had a lady come in and ask a question, Chelsea.
Ooh, what kind of question? Is it a fun question?
Well, it's one of those you have to think about it for a moment question. So she was doing a lot of 2-inch or 2.5-inch blocks one at a time. And because of her opening on her machine, she must have a wider opening. It wanted to keep sucking the fabric down. So she used a leader and then an ender. And she said, that's a lot of on and off. And I said, well, why don't you chain piece?
Yes.
And that way it's only once that you started at the beginning and chain piece, and then you finish at the end and can cut them all apart. So that is I think what she determined, and she was going to go home and gladly do chain piecing, because yes, a leader and an ender are important. I have to say that like this Bernina that I'm using right now is the same as my Bernina. It will take off at a moment's notice and stop at a moment's notice. And you know what? It doesn't eat my fabric. Mind you, I have a secret.
What's your secret, Sandy?
My secret is that I have the straight stitch needle plate on.
Yes, that's a good one. If you're
one,
just doing straight stitching, that's a great idea because it actually helps you a lot.
Yeah, it does not suck the fabric down, and we can just start at a moment's notice, end at a moment's notice, and I don't have to worry about any of my materials being sucked down. So
it's a great idea.
So if you're doing a lot of straight stitching, 1/4-inch stitching, use your 1/4-inch foot, use your single stitch plate, and away you go. All right, I'm going to give you this now. I've got 2 lines of stitching, a 1/4-inch on either side of that center line. And Chelsea's going to cut it apart.
So I'm just going to cut right on that line we marked, right between Sandy's. And then we'll get 2 pieces.
Yep. So, and if you have 4 of these you're making, you're going to end up with 8 half square triangles. Might need a new blade in that baby, eh?
It's been busy.
It's been busy. Yes, it has.
Blade.
It's a busy blade. Okay, so now we're going to have Chelsea do our beautiful pressing.
Which side do you like to press in?
Gray. I went to the gray, which is the dark side. Sorry, to the dark side.
That was my favorite.
Okay.
To the dark side.
Who's your father?
So when you're pressing, of course, you have to be careful because this is bias here. So we have to be gentle. We don't want to stretch. So I'm going to heat up our seam first. I'm just going to set it. And then we're going to open this gently. And when I do these, the weird thing I like to do is I start at the center.
That's a good idea.
I find it just helps a little bit.
It's like marking on them on the center and then working it to the outsides. They don't stretch as much, right? Yeah, I like that. Okay, so that's our tip on pressing. Make sure you heat the seam and then press to the dark side.
And I'm not dragging it around because I don't want to stretch it.
No, we want to just press. Yeah, right. Perfect. Okay, that looks beautiful. There's our first one, and we'll do that one, and then we have a trick. Well, not really a trick. She tells us we have to square these up to a certain size. Okay.
Can I see the size, Miss Sandy?
You bet.
So you'll look in your instructions to see what size to square them up to. This is not our pattern, so we cannot tell you what the size is. But it'll mention it in the pattern.
Yeah, it says in the pattern. So once you cut the rows of stitching to make 2 units, press each unit open, pressing seam allowances toward the darker fabric. And then you trim each of the units. All right, so that's what.
Okay, Sunday.
I'm sorry, I brought my big mat, my big square, so we're just gonna have to work on this. So
what I like to do, because we're not robots, is I like to square up one side first.
I do too. I will start on the diagonal.
And you can check and see if it's going to leave you enough room
to do some trimming.
Square up.
And I like to trim evenly, because if you trim too much off one side or the other, you're going to get way more orange or way more gray. So we're going to just give it a little trim on all 4 sides.
So what I did here was I lined up our ruler on our seam to make sure that I'm trimming evenly.
Yeah, and then
I'm just going to flip our square around.
Rotate. Okay.
And I'm going to line it up with the amount that she said in the pattern.
And straight along that diagonal, and we're just going to have the nicest half square triangle. That's looking Beautiful. Beautiful. All right. So that gets, I know sometimes they're so tiny, there's just
It's
a
so tricky to
little
grab.
bit.
Okay.
Isn't that lovely?
So that's a perfect little half square triangle.
And
Do I need to trim any more up, or are we good?
Let's trim that one so they can see our process one more time.
So line up our seam allowance here with the 45-degree line on our ruler. Just so I can take a tiny bit off.
Yeah, just a little sliver off all four sides so it's nice and even. She does that so well. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful.
Tiny sliver. Tiny slivers.
We'll do a couple more tiny slivers, and then we're going to put these together because this is going to form the half square triangle border that runs on this quilt. All right, beautiful. So as I say, you're going to end up with 8 of these blocks, and she tells us we only need to use 7. So you will have
Just
one
7.
spare, but that's okay. So now if we look at the picture that's provided, Miss Dawn made it and colored it, and I don't know where it went.
I may have buried it.
Okay. All I know is that
How'd I lose it that far, Sandy?
I believe the blue.
Did I drop it? No.
No, I'm sure it's here. I'm sure it's just misplaced in our pile of fabrics.
Oh, there it is.
There it is. Okay. I spy with my little eye.
Not pattern.
Okay, so
All right.
now if you look at the pattern, it's doing the gray to the inside of the panel and orange to the outside. So that's how we're going to arrange our blocks. And I so happen to have 3 here because I had one left over and we just made a set. So that's how they're going to look. All right, and then we're just going to sew those together, end to end. Yes, perfect.
Would you like some pins, Sandy?
I would like a couple of pins, just so I make sure I get that corner straight. I love how Chelsea does it because she matches the corner, but she also matches the side so that they're all going to be kind of even. And I don't have one that's longer than the other sticking out the other side.
You know, I do these weird things because that happens to me a lot.
And just with a matter of pins, we can eliminate it.
Yeah, just a couple pins makes me a lot happier with my finished project.
All right, so now let's sew these half square triangles together in a long row. Oh, I banged the camera.
All right.
It's still okay. All right, here we go. Back to our Bernina 735. Our 1/4 inch foot is on. We're doing a 1/4 inch seam, chinky. And I don't think it matters what color thread you're using because we're just piecing. So I've just used a light colored one. All right, and here we go.
I like using not quite an eggshell, but more of a beige, I guess.
Yeah, just so that it hides,
my favorite
right?
color.
It hides in the seam, and then it doesn't show if you do have white in the quilt, like we have white dots. It's not going to show.
Yeah, I rarely use like black because if you're using black, what can happen is it could get trailed out and hide behind one of your fabrics, and then you can see it.
And you know what?
Then you're frustrated.
Yeah, and then it shows up after you've quilted it. You see it underneath the white section, and you go, "Oh no! Tell me it's not so." All right, there is our 1/4 inch seam on our block. All right, I'm going to pass this back to Chelsea. She's going to get us another one to sew on. Go.
Would you like me to press that first?
If you'd like to, we press in between.
Or we can press after.
Or we could press it all afterwards because we're not going to actually be sewing over any of the unpressed stuff. So I've got some pins. I brought them back. I didn't gobble them up this time.
You know, the good news is we always have lots of pins.
Yes, that is the wonderful thing about working at a quilt store. We always have lots
If
of...
they wind up not coming back, it's okay.
Yep, that's right. Okay, Chelsea, I got a question for you. Why was the cat sitting on the computer?
Did he find the mouse pad?
Yeah, he wanted to keep an eye on the mouse.
Oh.
Yes, after 2 days of cat jokes, everybody's gonna not be I hope they're laughing.
All right.
All right, let's sew that again together, 1/4 inch. Okay, let's put our presser foot down. Okay, I like how this hovers because then I can readjust it and make sure that I am right at the edge for my seam and zip along on the 1/4 inch. I don't use a guide on my foot. Do you use a guide on your 1/4 inch, Chelsea?
No, I do not.
I don't either. I kind of like making it.
I find I'm too
Eyeballing.
loosey-goosey for a guide when I'm driving.
Well, I'm thinking that I would end up pushing the fabric up a little too high because I get kind of, forceful, going to the dark side. All right, there's our 1/4 inch seam. Okay, I'll bring this back to Chelsea. Now you would carry on this progression until you get all 7 of your blocks sewn together.
Sandy, were you pressing your seams open?
Let me just check. The reason she said that, I did not on this one. And the reason I didn't is I just left them because I'm not attaching another seamed object to it. You know what I mean? It's just going to be one long row of things. And I want them all to go down. So when I'm sewing this to my quilt top, all my little seams are going downward and I don't have to worry about any little edges popping up.
I pressed this one upward.
Okay, up, down, it doesn't
Towards
matter.
the orange.
That's
Oh,
okay.
you went towards the gray.
But that's okay. Either toward the orange or toward the
I'll do
gray,
this one,
whichever.
right?
No, don't worry, because that way they're all even, all going the same way. So when you're
Drop my
stitching,
iron.
you don't have to worry about direction and running over the seam and making it open up and go 2 different directions or
You
whatever.
know, I never thought about that. I usually just do it the one way and then regret it later.
Yeah, there you go. All right. All right. So there you're going to have a half square triangle border. Isn't it beautiful? Okay.
It's beautiful.
And I already have one made, Chelsea.
Let's see that one.
Yeah. This has got all 7 of them on there.
Woo!
There it is. All right. So we have essentially got everything except for the borders prepped for our quilt top. Yeah, now we just have to put borders on. So
Speedy.
that is going to be our job tomorrow. So what I understand, we are going to take the top and we're going to attach a black border to the outside.
Uppy downy
Uppy
ones.
downy ones.
Yep.
All the uppy downy ones, because
3 uppy downies.
we can connect those in one length. We do not have to join them. So
Nice.
we may cheat a little bit and have those 3 sewn on. for
That's
tomorrow.
cheating.
A little
Who knew?
camera magic. It's Meow-Gical. And we are going to, sorry, Chelsea. We are going
Sandy, you are meowgic.
we are going to have those sewn onto our top. And then we're going to work on the ones that would be the long borders across the top and down the sides, the big borders. And we'll show you how to join them and put them on. And we're going to do that tomorrow.
Yay, that's
woohoo!
exciting.
So on that note, I got to tell you one more joke.
Okay, let's see if I can handle it.
Why are cats so good at video games?
Because they have 9 lives.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good one.
Rocked it. She's awesome. All right, so let's see what other announcements we can tell you
Ooh,
guys.
yes,
I told
please,
you
Sandy.
about Social sewing. Social sewing. It's been around too long, I think, Chelsea. This Saturday on the 26th, we have a long arm certification class. Doris is teaching it. It starts at 10 a.m. in the morning. It goes to 2 p.m. It's $150 plus tax, and that will teach you how to use our long arms.
Yes.
Yes.
And when you come in to rent, you're never alone. We always have someone from our long arm department there to give you a hand. So
That's right.
if you run into troubles, or if you get stumped, or if you need a reminder on how to load the machine.
Oh, I remember,
They're
but I
there.
don't remember. So yeah, either Doris or Kyle will be there for you, or Deb, in case we don't have someone in. We have Deb as well. And I will just let you know that there's one spot left. Yes.
Just one?
Just one. There are 5, but
That's
4
stressful.
of them are taken.
There's only one,
so
Sandy.
one spot left for Saturday, if that might be what you would like to learn how to do. All right? All right, so just a reminder to all of those people who are attending the Kimberbell Gingerbread Christmas event, that starts a week Friday.
Oh, that's exciting.
November 1st, and it starts at 9:30 in the morning. So I will be here, and I imagine Chelsea too, at 9 o'clock
I'll
to
be
open
here.
the doors and let you in. And it is full. We have sold out. For the people who needed their kits shipped, I have done that, and they went out by Canada Post. I gave them the tracking numbers, so those are on their way, and hopefully will be there in
Yay!
time. Everybody else who wanted to pick up their kits, I did give a call on Saturday. And if you didn't get that call, this is the reminder to see that if you are not doing it in store, you're doing it virtually, your kits are here and ready for pickup. It's got the stabilizer, the kits. It's here. Everybody else who is attending in person at the store, your kit is at the store and will be available for you on the day of the class.
We'll keep them lovely and safe.
We will. And I have put everybody's names on tickets.
Yes.
For the draw.
And make sure you have a 5x7 and a 6x10 hoop, or that would be your large oval and mega hoop if you're
Yes.
a Bernino girl.
Perfect. Or yeah, because some of these designs are slightly larger than others. So that is exciting. So that is going on next Friday. Starts at 9:30. We'll be here at 9 to let you in. Okay. Also happening in November, this is kind of interesting. It's called the Quilter's Palette. They're going to be painting outdoor barn quilts. So this has nothing to do with sewing. This is painting.
Sure.
And it's taking a quilt block, putting it on your background of a wooden piece, and painting it to look like a quilt block. So if you're really interested in trying out that new thing, it's with Quilter's Palette. You can register with Quilter's Palette. You just have to go down through their events and find the one that is here at my sewing room on Friday, November 2nd. It starts at 10 a.m. and goes till 4. It's $110 plus tax. Don't call us for registration. We're just the people.
We just have the space.
We have the space, and they're going to do that. So that's coming up on November 2nd, which would be fun. All right. Then a shout out to all the people who are doing their Bernina machine embroidery class. It is Saturday, November 9th. It starts at 10:30 in the morning, goes to 4:30. That is free for all you new owners who bought their embroidery machines through us. If you're not enrolled, please give us a call. We can help you out with that. There is a kit fee because we do provide you with your workbook and your materials that you're going to embroider with. So that's wonderful. So that's going on Saturday, November 9th.
This one I'm really excited for.
Yeah, me too. But let's go this one first.
Oh,
Sandy! I'm sorry. Okay, we're keeping the best for last.
So November 15th, if you came last week and you saw Bernadette doing her Wonderfill presentation.
And I heard it was wonderful.
It was so good. I learned so much about Wonderfill threads. So the next one is Lightweight Legends, and we're going to deep dive into a few of the threads.
Fabulous.
And learn so much more about them.
I think that's a great
I'm
idea.
excited. So that's November 15th. You can register in store or online. So we'll be teaching it hybrid again. And I'm so excited.
I think that's wonderful. And it's only $10 plus tax. Isn't that exciting?
Yep.
Yep. So that's going November 15th. All right. We saved the best for last. Are you ready?
I'm excited.
Okay.
I'm excited. So should we segue into, you've met this person before?
Yes, you have. And he's charming. And he's
Very charming.
He's bringing another wonderful person with him too.
Oh, yes, she's charming too.
She's charming.
And they bring goodies.
Oh, do they bring goodies?
They bring goodies.
Yep.
So if you've met Rob and April from Trentex, they're coming back November 22nd for an Anything But Basics trunk show.
Ooh. And something tells me this is going to lead to something.
There is a contest that Trentex is hosting, And we will have a few of their bundles. And Rob and April are going to come on over and tell us so much more. I heard there might be a door prize.
Ooh, that's
or
fun.
some goodies.
That's fun.
And we're going to learn more. And I heard one of the prizes for the contest is like a $500 store credit. Like, that's insane.
I know. I was kind of looking up a little bit. There's two different ways that you could do it. There's a small one and a large one. And each of them has a gift certificate. The small one smaller, the large one larger. And yeah, you can get involved. And if yours is one of the ones, it goes to Quilt Canada next year.
Which is pretty cool.
That's
Everybody
amazing.
gets to see it then.
So that is what we know about the limited information at this time. And we don't have any of the little bricks of fabric, bundles of fabric.
Bricks of fabric. I like it.
We're going to create something. We're going to build something.
Of
but they
fabric.
will tell us more on Friday, November 22nd. It starts at 10:30 in the morning, and it's only $5 plus tax to register. So how can they register?
Oh, you can come on in store because we love seeing you. You could give us a call at 403-252-3711. Or you can visit us online on our website, www.mysewingroom.ca.
Perfect.
But here's an even better one. If you get our e-news, there's a link in our e-news. You can click it, and then it'll lead you to the registration page.
Fabulous. And that e-news goes out to every
Monday, Wednesday, and Friday.
And Chelsea does a beautiful job of it.
Thank you, Sandy.
I love those. And that's so much fun. All right, Chelsea, I think that's it for today. Tomorrow we're going to do borders. Oh, we're quilters with borders. Not doctors without borders, but quilters with borders tomorrow.
I'm okay with being bordered in with Sandy.
Okay, sounds good. All right, thanks, Chelsea.
Thanks,
Oh,
Sandy.
look at all the people that signed in this morning. Hello, Helen, Nancy, Chris, Luann. Oh, I love the cat, Luann.
I like
That's
Luann's
lovely.
kitty cat. That's
All right.
adorable.
Beautiful. All right, so we will see you all tomorrow for part 2 of a Meow-Gical